Two.
Test.
All right, welcome again to Rough Rider Baseball here at Des Moines Roosevelt. Tonight we've got the Des Moines Roosevelt Rough Riders facing up with the Ames Little Cyclones. This will be a single game tonight as opposed to previous broadcasts. For some reason the game was changed to a single game instead of a doubleheader, so this will be the only game. I'm Chris Williams, joined by...
I'm Brian Michael.
And we have Andy Wade here supporting the broadcast. Take a quick second to go over the fielding positions for Roosevelt so you can kind of see who's where. On the mound tonight is going to be Alex Pendergast. Charles Jansen's catching. Niall Foss is over at first base. We have Jaden Morris playing second base. Will Armstrong at his familiar shortstop spot, and Jamison Patton, freshman, at third base. Over in left field, Kieran Bailey. Center field, Jaden Singleton, and in right, Aiden Brown. So what do we expect tonight, Brian?
Well, it looks like we got a familiar defensive setup tonight after a wonderful senior day doubleheader and nice ceremony. Let's see if we can clean up the pitching a little bit from our last doubleheader. I think we were ahead in a lot of counts against East, but we just couldn't get that third strike, and honestly in that second game kind of made us pay. And we saw a dominant pitching performance by Jefferson at East, and so we'll see who Ames puts up on the mound today, and it's a matter of getting the bats going and some good pitching today. And I will say we need to clean up our base running.
Yeah.
That second game, I don't know if it would have kept us in the game, but it certainly would have made that game more interesting. We had a few pickoffs in that game, especially at first base.
The game with the doubleheader with East was a seniors only on senior night. So we've got some of the other players like Jameson Patton and Kieran Bailey back in the lineup as underclassmen. So we'll see if that makes a difference as well. So we're ready to go here. Pendergast comes set. Hot shot right back to him. He's going to toss it over to first for out number one.
Well, that's what you like to see. One pitch, one out. Good job by AP making the play and making a nice, easy toss to first base.
That's going to bring up first base. Actually, he is the right fielder, number 18, Evan Gray, sophomore for Ames. Strike one called. Inside, ball one. Here at Roosevelt tonight, we've got about 93 degrees, and feels like temperature is close to 100. But I will say we have a fantastic breeze coming in from, I think, the southwest a little bit, heading out towards left field. There's a ball in the dirt.
Yeah, I would say compared to Monday, which this is definitely hotter, this is definitely a little more comfortable than it was on Monday.
Looking forward to seeing what the Riders can do with that wind blowing out to left field. I think almost every one of the home runs we've seen has been out there. Strike two.
Well, AP had a big two-run home run. I know Aiden Brown had one too.
Will Tyler
had one.
Ball hit right side. That's going to dribble foul.
Count
stays at 2-2.
I'm wondering if that's why we went from a doubleheader to a single game today, is because of the heat index.
2-2, one away. Top of the first. Missed high. Counts full. Strike three called.
A good battle there by the by the Ames High player. Will just up to the task there. 2 outs. Be nice to see a 1-2-3 inning here, Chris. We didn't really see a lot of those the last game.
Yeah. Ben Schwartz steps in, senior for the Little Cyclones. Curveball over for a strike. Good looking pitch. Big swing and a miss strike.
That was a great location on that fastball. That's where he starts his curveball out, and obviously it fooled the batter.
Pendergast attending Kirkwood to be part of the baseball team next year. Really good reputation with that crew up there.
Oh, way ahead of him here, 0-2. In these situations, I like to see what the pitcher throws 0-2.
We're going outside. Reaches out for it. Little blooper right up the middle. One of those take what they give you. Base hits. Soft line drive.
Yeah, 0-2. He was not fooled by that curveball. That's the same curveball AP's been trying to get over the plate. Just stuck his bat out, and nice little hit up the middle.
Number 7, Mario. What do we decide on? Napolitano. Schwartz takes his lead at first. Pendergast ready from the stretch. Hard hit ball, center field. That's going to be right towards Jaden Singleton. He's there to make the catch for the third out. That retires the side, and we're going to head to the bottom of the first.
Well, nice clean inning there by the Riders. And AP's definitely got his curveball working, which is good news. Let's see what the bats can do here.
We're going to thank our sponsors here. First of all, if this is your first time joining us, you might not know that these broadcasts have been made possible by the Des Moines Oak Leafs Hockey Club. We're using their equipment, their gear, and everything throughout the entire year. So a big thank you to them. Andy Wade, part of that organization, making it happen. So we do understand at this point, based on Iowa high school playoff rules, that we will not be allowed to broadcast the game, the sub-state game, which would be the next home game. So just so you know, we'd love to do it, but we're not potentially going to be able to.
Well, some baseball news today, Chris. The former #1 team in 4A, the Dowling Catholic Maroons, have now officially suspended their season. I believe their coach tested positive.
Yeah, one of the coaching staff.
Yep.
Yeah, that is got to be heartbreaking. All right, some additional sponsors here. Pulled up the list. While we're waiting to get started here, Audio Chiropractic, the Isisaret's Drill and Drum Corps, Paragon IT Professionals, UBS, CERN Calcium Company, Larry's Window Service, Betcher Landscapes, Engel and Meharry, PLC, Raccoon River Little League, Des Moines Orthopedic Surgeons, Ryan Companies, Structured Supply Minnesota Cabinet, along with True Value Ace, True Value Hardware on 63rd and Grand, Ace Hardware on University, and Price Chopper on Ingersoll. Will Armstrong steps in.
Now batting, #1, Will Armstrong.
Will at shortstop tonight. Caught the outside corner there, strike one. Stay there all night long if they're going to call that. Curveball stays high. That's going to be Ben Amador on the mound for the Little Cyclones, sophomore. 1-1 the count. Ball 2 outside. Mario Napolitano at third. Cameron Gallett at shortstop. Comes the pitch. Ball 3. Braden Bielner, second base. Ben Schwartz is at first. Nathan Withers, I'll finish the fielders. Nathan Withers, Elliot Jurgensen, and Evan Gray from left to right in the outfield.
We'll see what Will's got for 3-1 here. He really hadn't gotten a strike the entire at bat. He got a call on the outside part of the plate, or just off the outside part of the plate, I should say.
Now batting for the Rough Riders.
Brings
Number
up
5,
Alex Pendergast. We alluded earlier to that wind blowing out to left field. Let's see what. Nice thing about the Riders, though, Brian, like we talked about, if it's possible, they'll play small ball. Sometimes those line drives just make their way out.
Yeah, I think, every one of those players that hit a home run that last game had a really nice at bat the next at bat. So, they're not trying to do too much, especially when they get back up the plate after hitting a big home run.
0-1 the count. Called strike. Big zone here.
That's the first time AP's seen that curveball, and I'll tell you, the way that thing's floating in the zone there, I'm not sure he's not going to have a problem hitting that. So he'll
Ben
make
Amador.
the adjustment.
Yep. Amador comes set. Fouled away. Down 0-2 now. Runner on first, Will Armstrong. Alex Pendergast up to bat.
Will took off on that pitch, which kind of surprised me a little bit, 0-1, but
Pitch stays high. 1-2 now. Amador still ahead. High fly, pop fly, over towards first. Ben Schwartz calls for it, makes the play. That'll retire Pendergast.
that was that curveball again. That was the third one he saw that at bat, and just got underneath it.
Now batting for Roosevelt. Number 3, Niall Foss.
So with one away, Niall Foss steps in. No score here, bottom of the first inning. Foss hitting out of the 3 spot tonight. Ball high. 1-0.
The defense is really set up here to protect the lines with 1 out. A lot of room in the gaps.
Yeah, that area towards the scoreboard in the outfield, too, is a big gap as well. Swing and a miss. Throw from Burkheimer overthrown. That allows Armstrong to steal safely. 1-2 the count. Ball high. Two and 1 the count, actually. Runner's going again. Throw is way into right field. He's going to get up. Maybe a play at the plate. Nope, he's going to be in safely. No trouble for the Little Cyclones here on the throws.
And Will when Will stole second base, the throw wasn't even close. And when I say that, it was well wide of second base, and I think Coach Miller saw that and decided to roll the dice here on third base with one out. Good aggressive play there by Will, and way to hustle getting home on an overthrow at third base.
3-1 now the count. Riders take an early 1-0 lead. Count goes full.
You know, we saw that at East too. You know, they were struggling throwing the runners out at second, and we were running the entire game. So probably see a lot more of that here this game.
There's a ball hit towards shortstop. Takes a bounce, but it's picked up. Foss beats it out for an infield hit.
Good hustle there by Niall. The shortstop made a clean play, just threw it in the dirt. Good scoop by the first baseman, but didn't matter. Niall was down the line.
Sam Nicolino, the designated hitter. Sam DHing and Jaden Morris playing at second base, not batting.
You know, that's one hallmark of this team this year. You will not see them take plays off. They will hustle down the line. They will run fly balls out, and as a coach, that makes you pretty happy.
Still just one away. That ball caught the top of the outside corner. 1-1. Going to have to be pretty aggressive with the bat here, Brian. The zone. Throw back over, back safely.
First pickoff move we've seen from Amador.
Not a world beater.
Nope.
Bruckheimer gives a sign. A little better throw over that time. Count stays 1-1. One away here, bottom of the first inning.
You know, Sam's hit the ball really well the last couple games. See if we can slap one out to the outfield here.
Another ball hit towards short, gets through. There's that gap you were talking about, Brian.
Yep.
Foss rounds and stays at second.
You know, it's another benefit of, you know, having some speed on the base pass and threatening to steal second base. It keeps the shortstop closer and opens that hole between shortstop and third base, and that's where Sam hit that ball.
Aiden Brown steps in. One away here. Runners on first and second for the Riders. Amador looks back. Looks back again. First pitch, hit foul. 0-1 the count.
You know, Aiden's been hot, so I'd look for the runners to probably stay put here and, you know, let Aiden hit them in.
One away. That ball is inside. Looking for an inside corner strike there. Didn't get the call.
You know, all of his fastballs have been high. He hasn't really thrown any into the dirt. You know, he's starting that fastball, you know, well above their head, which honestly gives the batter a better view of that. But, you know, he really hasn't had anything low in the zone off that curveball.
That one a bit low. It takes the count 2-1. Three and 1 the count. Amador's working out of a jam here. Riders have runners on first and second. That's Sam Nicolino at first, Niall Foss at second, Aiden Brown up to bat. It's a high pop fly. Looks like it's going to make it out, but there is a chance. Napolitano kind of lost that one in the sun there. Shadows kind of start to creep in.
Yeah, that's a tough play for him. He actually overran that ball and kind of landed behind him. He had plenty of room. It was definitely coming back, and the wind was pushing it back too. But tough play.
3-2 the count. Berkheimer goes out to have a little chat with Amador, talking about some strategy with these runners on. Again, Sam Nicolino at first now, Foss at second, with Aiden Brown up to bat. Just crushed foul down the left field line all the way over towards the bullpen area. Brown gets a sign. There's a chopper. It's going to be a force out at third, looking for a double play. Not able to pick the ball. Ball dribbles away. So that's the second out. Runners basically trade places at this point. We still have runners at first and second.
Well, that was the third baseman's dream. Ground ball right towards the bag with runners on first and second. He touched the bag and tried to make the throw to first, and it was just a little short. Ball got away from the first baseman. Singleton at the plate is definitely due. He's hit the ball well, just right at everyone.
Two-way here, bottom of the first. Aiden Brown at first base, Sam Nicolino at second. Niall Foss, the victim of the force out at third. Singleton steps back in, and we're ready. Ball one, up high. Bit of a brush back. Big swing and a miss. Evens the count 1-1. Jaden going for it all there.
Well, here we go. 2-1 count with 2 outs. You know, the ball was really carrying out to left field on Monday. I have a suspicion it'd be the same situation right now, if not worse.
Runners take their lead. Amador ready. Swing and a miss, strike two. 2-2 now. Two away here, bottom one. Riders have one across already, looking for some more. That ball's hit foul. First baseman ranges over, can't quite get there. Count stays at 2-2. Kieran Bailey waits on deck. Got Nicolino on second, Brown on first. And we'll reset, 2-2. Get up. Strike three called. Ball was high, but called strike.
Score one. We go to the top of 2. 1-0 Riders.
Well, I tell you what, a lot of noise that inning, but only one run. So let's see if we can go 1-2-3 here and get back.
So after one complete, we have Ames has no runs on one hit with one error, one left on. Roosevelt, with that one run Brian mentioned, 2 hits, No errors and 2 left on. Alex Pendergast heads back to the mound. Charles Jansen playing catcher. Haven't seen Jansen for a couple games. Jansen, a sophomore. We've got a couple additional sponsors tonight. Parrish Law Firm and Brick Gentry Law Firm are both supporters of Roosevelt Athletics besides just baseball and have been for years, so thank you to both of them. So we're going to be heading into the middle of the lineup, Brian, for Ames. 5, 6, 7 coming up. 2 juniors and a senior.
Well, AP had his curveball working just fine and threw some good pitches. Looks like he's in control here beginning of the game.
Alex Pendergast for Roosevelt is ready to deliver. Elliot Jurgensen up for Ames. Just missed the outside corner there. Good spot. Chopper towards third. Jamison Patton up with it. Makes a quick throw. And takes Foss off the bag. Foss not able to get back in time. So Jurgensen will reach on a throwing error.
You know, Jurgensen's showing some good speed going down the line there. That ball was well hit. JP made a good play, grabbed it pretty quick, got rid of it quick. Throw was just a little bit high, and Foss couldn't find the bag. Tried to tag the runner, but it was a little too late.
Catcher Burkheimer steps in with runner on first with nobody away. Elliot Jurgensen on first. Pendergast ready from the stretch.
See if Ames is going to run here.
Throw over. Runner back safely.
I think Coach Miller was thinking the same thing I was there. Couple runner checks at first.
Burkheimer lays down the bunt. We're going to have a close play at second. Out at second. Throw over to first. Real close, but didn't quite get him. He's safe. Get out of the double play.
You know, easier said than done, Chris. But you know, when you do that, you want to send that ball up the line and make the pitcher go to first base. That ball was bunted right back to him. He had plenty of time to turn and throw, and we all know Alex has got a good arm and can throw strikes. So good play by getting the lead runner. Almost got a double play.
That'll bring up Jake Gorman, senior DH. Burkheimer, the catcher. Ames doesn't have numbers on the front of their jerseys. I'm not sure if that's a pinch runner or not. Burkheimer pretty shielded with all the catcher's gear on. Haven't got a good look at him yet. Runner's going. Ball bobbles out of Jansen's hands. So number 14. Courtesy runner. Derek Papin steals second. 1-1 the count. There's a hard hit ball down the left field line. Kieran Bailey over for it. That's going to score 1 run. Papin scores.
Big hit out to left field, scores a run. Now batting for Ames, number 2, Braden Bellner.
You know, he just stuck his bat out again and looped it over JP and right down the left field line. Kieran over as quick as he could, made a good throw to cut off, but just couldn't get him at second base. It was a close play at second base, but he was in.
Freshman Braden Bielner in. Bielner at second base for Ames. Jake Gorman at second for Ames takes his lead. Pendergast ready from the stretch. Outside ball one.
Well, now Ryder saw a bunt. He squared around the bunt. Let's see if they can see how they play this here defensively with the runner on second base.
Chopper. Foul. So, one out here. Top of the second inning. Ames has one across already. Runner on second is Jake Gorman. Braden Bielner, the batter, with a 1-1 count. Roosevelt's Alex Pendergast on the mound. That ball's in the dirt. Runner will advance. Wild pitch out of Pendergast there.
Well, AP just needs to relax here. We got one out. Throw strikes and early in the ball game.
So 2-1 the count on Bielner. Ball three high. Bielner way ahead now, 3-1. Just missed down low. That'll put Bielner on first base with Nathan Withers coming up.
Well, first and third here with one out. Let's see what Coach Miller's got on here for potential play.
1-1, tie ball game. Top of the second inning. Nathan Withers steps in. Ball thrown down, an attempt to get the runner third to go, and he doesn't take the bait. One and 0 the count.
Looks like he's bringing the infield in here.
Number 9 hitter for Ames here. Runners on second and third. One away. Ball 2 called. There's a strike called. 2-1 the count. One away here. Fielder still playing in to make the play at home potentially. Strike 2 or even.
Yeah, good pitch. That was similar to strike 1. Fastball right over the outside part of the plate. Tough pitch to hit.
Challenging the number 9 hitter here for Ames, Nathan Withers. Top of the order coming back up with Cameron Gallett. Good stop by Jansen. Saves a run. Takes the count full.
Well, I got about a 90% chance of a fastball here.
Get one across the plate, see what he can do with it. There's a ball hit right to first. Force out at first, and the runner stays, so pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why the runner at third base is not going home on the ball hit to the right side, especially he's going to step on first base. A little frustration by the Ames player there at first base wanting an RBI. Now 2 outs here. AP can focus on the batter.
Gallant grounded out to the pitcher in his first at bat to lead off the game. Great pitch on the outside corner there. Pendergast ahead now, 0-1 with 2 away. Runners on second and third for Ames. That ball's in the dirt. There's going to be a play at home. It bounced right back and can't quite get the throw back. So, little things starting to add up here.
You know, that's a tough pill to swallow. You get 2 outs, and a wild pitch scores the guy at third base, and then everyone moves up.
So that leaves Bielner at third, excuse me, and Gallant up here with a 2-1 count. 2 away here. Ames now the 2-1 lead. Curveball over for a strike. Great pitch.
You know, I got to say that's probably been his best pitch today. Having a hard time locating his fastball, but his curveball seems to be working right now.
2 away. Ames with a runner on third. Leadoff hitter Gallant steps in. Hit by pitch. So we'll have runners at the corners here. 2 outs. And that'll bring Evan Gray, sophomore right fielder, up to bat.
Well, as Andy said, Andy and I talk about all the time, that we just hit the trifecta here this inning. We had an error, a pass ball, and now a hit batsman. So I would say if we could get out of here with 2 runs scored, we should be feeling pretty fortunate at this point in time.
Tyler holds the runner on at first. Pendergast ready. Strike called. Cut that outside again. I'll just stay there.
Yep.
Ball outside.
Looks like the runner is holding.
1-1, 2 down here. Top of the first, Ames with 2 across already. Runners on first and third. Pendergast ready. Hot shot right back towards us. Takes count 1-2. Pendergast ahead now.
Well, let's drop one of those curveballs here on the outside part of the plate and get back in the dugout.
Bielner takes his lead at third. Throw over to first. Gallant back in time. Good pitch, called for a ball there.
It's a little low.
Two and two. 2 away. Runners at first and third. Gray battles one back. Count stays even. 2-2.
Yep. Good at bat here.
Gray just a sophomore for Ames. A lot of youth on this squad. The ball hit towards short. Play's going to be at second for the third out. All right, so they get 2 runs, and that makes the score 2-1 heading into the bottom of the second.
Well, Chris, the inning started off on a throwing error, and eventually got him at second base, but like I said, a couple wild pitches or pass balls, and then some timely hitting gives the Little Cyclones, a 2-1 lead here.
So Amador comes back for some warm-up throws for Ames. Berkheimer still in at catcher. Out in left field, that's Nathan Withers. Center field, Elliot Jurgensen. Evan Gray in right. Mario Napolitano is at third base. Cameron Gallett's at short. Braden Bielner at second. And Ben Schwartz, first baseman. Ben Amador pitching and Brady Berkheimer catching.
Leading off for Roosevelt.
Here's
Number
Kieran
2,
Bailey
Kieran
stepping in.
Bailey.
Swing and a miss for strike one. This is Bailey's first at bat. Tonight we've got Jamison Patton and Charles Jansen coming up after him. That'll be the 8th and 9th batters in the Roosevelt lineup. Curveball did make it over. Ball 1. 1-1. Nobody away. Still a really big gap there in left center, out by the scoreboard. Ball too high. Kieran be looking for a good pitch now. Ahead in the count. Kieran wearing number 2 tonight. Three and 1 the count. Gonna have to look real good here for Bailey to take a swing now. Nice to have some speed to start off the inning at first here. Ball 4 called. Base on balls for Bailey. That'll bring up Jamison Patton, looking to move him over.
Well, we saw some throwing issues from the catcher position here the first inning. You got Kieran, who could probably steal anyway. So let's see what happens here with JP at the plate.
Jamison with his first at bat tonight as well. Batting number 8 in the lineup. Throw over, Bailey back easily. A bunch of fans out in the outfield again tonight. 15, 20 or so folks out there. Ball 1, down low.
You know, his windup from the stretch kind of fooled Cale over there, or Bailey over there. He jumped back to first base.
Kind of a slide step there.
Yeah, I'm really surprised we're not running here.
I think Coach Miller might be too. You never know.
You know, he's got plenty of time on that move.
Yeah, he's in before the ball's caught, let alone tag put down.
There we go. There we go, Kieran.
Swing and a miss. Kieran goes. He'll be in safely at second with a errant throw.
All right, now JP here. He's Kind of got the steal out of the way. He's down 1-2. Just hit behind the runner and move him over and do your job.
Little delay there on the mound. Jamison asks for some time. Resets things. Maybe a little bit of communication problems here with the catcher. Berkheimer going out to talk to Amador. Roosevelt with Kieran Bailey on second. Jamison Patton up to bat. Nobody out here. Bottom of the second inning. Roosevelt with a 2-1 deficit. Patton looking to trade places here with Bailey. Second baseman still over, holding Bailey. Ball called? Or did it hit him?
It hit him.
All right. So a lot of speed on the bases now with Patton and Bailey.
Well, JP had that curveball, and it, I think, maybe brushed his sleeve. He didn't back out, just turned into it. Good play by JP, especially down 1-2.
Sophomore catcher Charles Jansen steps in. His first at bat in a few games.
You know, first baseman's playing way in on the grass, anticipating a bunt.
There's a bunt down. Looks like it's going to get there. Nobody covering yet. And the runner is out at first, but he moves everybody over 90 feet. Just what we needed.
You know, if I'm Coach Miller, I'm maybe asking for a little help there at home plate on that call. The umpire in the field was, you know, way over where he should be, between second and third, and he had some problems finding the base there. Pretty close play. Jansen's coming up limping a little bit too.
I think he might have been. Well, that's speculation. We'll stay away from that. So Will Armstrong steps back in. Walked in his first at bat. Foul out of play. Strike one. But yeah, Jansen looks like he's in a good amount of pain.
Yeah, something happened. I'm not sure.
The first baseman had to kind of stretch back with his foot to touch first base to be able to get the out, and that might have nicked Jansen as he went by. Another foul, same spot. 0-2 quickly here. One away.
Now I'm looking at this defensive setup here. They're still on the lines, right and left field.
Bailey and Patton get their leads. Armstrong down 0-2 quickly.
Big gaps out there for Will.
Fouls the curveball over left side.
You know, as a hitter, you know, that's exactly what you need to do, especially coming up to bat here. You look for his fastball. He got plenty of time to adjust to his curveball, so look for the fastball. Take that curveball. If you don't like it, foul it off.
Amador delivers. There's a high fly ball towards right field. Right, second baseman over for it, makes the catch. Runners hold at second and third.
Well, now it's up to AP here. See if we can get some runs.
Number 5, Alex Pendergast.
And if I'm Ames, I'm looking at first base, seeing it open. Depending on what he does here the first couple pitches, I'm not too sure. You don't just send him here.
Wind blowing out to left over the scoreboard right now. Strike called off the outside corner. Pendergast would like to get that pitch called by him for when he's on the mound. As diplomatically as I can put it.
Ball was outside.
Yeah. Runners take their leads. Patton with a huge lead. Fouled off. So 0-2 again here on Pendergast. Time for a battle. Amador ready? Maybe. There he goes. There's a ground ball towards short. That's going to score a run. Patton's going to keep coming. Booted right off the shortstop's glove into left field, and that scores 2 runs on the error at short. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than anything else.
Well, 2 hopper to shortstop, and he tried to take that second hop, short hopping it, just went off his right foot. He's kind of looking at the dirt. Looks like it took a hop he didn't expect. 2-run score here. Runner at first base for Niall.
Caught the bottom of the zone there with a strike. Now 1 for 1 tonight with a single already.
See if AP goes here. Not a big lead.
Foss. Throw over. Pendergast back in easily.
I'm sorry, Holden McFarland in to run for AP.
There we go. Is that Holden or
22?
Sam?
Niall hit one right down the left field line, just foul. Would have been trouble. Certainly would have probably scored a run.
Roosevelt faithful questioning that call a bit, but look foul from here, just barely. Chopper foul the other way. Holden McFarland at first base. Running for pitcher Alex Pendergast. Now Foss steps back in, down 0-2. Left that one up. 1-2. 2-away here. Holden McFarland leads off at first. Niall Foss up to bat. High fly ball towards short. Center field over for it. Makes the catch. So the Riders get 2, take the lead back, 3-2. We head to the top of the third with a 3-2 lead.
Riders lead 1, score 2. We go to the top of 3.
You know, we can take advantage of errors too, and that's what we did that inning. Scoring 2 runs on a 2-out error by the shortstop.
Take a moment here to talk about our sponsors a little bit. True Value Hardware on 63rd and Grand. Price Chopper on Ingersoll. Ace Hardware at University by Waveland. And if you haven't heard us say it already, we've got the ability to bring you these games over YouTube by virtue of the Des Moines Oak Leafs Hockey Club. The Des Moines Oak Leafs broadcast their games as well, and the equipment that we're using is theirs. So we're thankful to them for that. And I'll mention one more time that it doesn't appear at this point that we're going to be able to broadcast what would be the next home game, which would be the sub-state game here at Roosevelt due to restrictions by the the High School Sports Association. If there's any way we can change that, we'll try to do that, and we'll get the word out best we can. So we head to the top of the third here, Brian. Number 3 hitter coming up.
Well, let's see if Alex can kind of settle down. Had a little shaky inning, top of the second. Gave up a couple runs. Let's see if he can get back to
Schwartz with Schwartz kind of reached out for a little blooper single to start the game.
Really no hard hit balls today yet, Chris. Just
pitch just misses. High fly ball Down the left field line, Kieran Bailey over for it. Makes the catch.
You know, the wind really helped that one come back into play, and Kieran was on his horse and got over there. Nice play by Kieran. Can't go 1, 2, 3 unless you get the first one, Chris.
There we go. Mario Napolitano, third baseman. We got a new catcher in the game. That's going to be number 7, Sam Nicolino. Good spot by Andy Wade there.
We saw Jansen at that play at first base the last inning, kind of limping off the field. So,
and the second baseman is Armstrong. Well, we'll give you some changes here in a second. Second baseman now is Jaden Williams, replacing Jaden Morris. And at shortstop, that's still Will Armstrong, isn't it?
Yep, Will's still at short.
Yep. So 1-1 the count. Pendergast works from the windup. There's a ball low. 2-1. So in the infield, we've got Jamison Patton at third, Will Armstrong at second, Jaden Williams now at second. That's still Niall Foss at first. Line drive right at short. Armstrong up with it, over with a nice smooth play.
Good play by Will. That ball was kind of a line drive. It wasn't hit as hard as you would think playing shortstop, so he charged it, made a good play on the ball and a nice throw.
Jurgensen comes up, grounded out over towards, actually, we had a throwing error. He showed some speed getting down the line to first and reached safely in his first at bat. Ball outside, 1-0.
Yeah, it would be nice to keep him off the base pass here with 2 outs.
Caught the inside corner there. 1-1. 2 away here, nobody on for Ames. Elliot Jurgensen up. AP finding his groove here. Hard hit fly ball right at Jaden Singleton. Didn't move an inch. So the Little Cyclones do not score. And we go to the bottom of the third with Roosevelt with a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, good outing there, or good inning there by AP. You know, you score 2 runs in the bottom part of that inning to take the lead 3-2, and then you come out and go 1, 2, 3, and right back up to the plate.
Roosevelt Baseball brought to you by Audio Chiropractic, Icisseritz Drill and Drum Corps, Paragon IT Professionals, UBS, CERN Calcium Company, Larry's Window Service, Betcher Landscapes, Engel and Meharry PLC, Raccoon River Little League, Des Moines Orthopedic Surgeons, Ryan Companies, and Structured Supply Minnesota Cabinet. Got a couple more. I know one of those was the
LA Dodgers were originally founded in Brooklyn. Are named after the legendary skill that first local residents showed at dodging the city's trolley street.
also presenting tonight's game here on YouTube with Des Moines Oak Leafs hockey equipment, Parish Law Firm, as well as Brick Gentry Law.
Well, Amador here is in a similar situation as Pendergast was the last inning. He gave up a couple runs. Let's see if he can settle down here and see what he can
Nicolino.
do.
Yep. Sorry. Nicolino in at catcher with Jansen out. Still batting in his normal spot. He was the designated hitter to start the game. Good start for Amador. even 1-1.
You know, I think that's the first curveball in the dirt we've seen from Amador today. The first pitch to Sam was kind of an inside curveball there. Not a good pitch to swing on with no strikes.
High fly ball, deep center field. Still going. That's over his head. That's going to be at least a double. Nicolino ranging for a triple. He's going to be in safely. How about that?
Yeah, so the ball was hit directly at the center fielder, and he was kind of backpedaling, and didn't really make a turn, and it went over his head. And Sam was on the source around second base and missed the cutoff man, and he was in easy for a triple.
Sam's going to run for himself, playing catcher. Aiden Brown. With nobody out, that makes sense. Aiden Brown steps in here.
Corners in. Seeing a lot of calls on the outside part of the plate there, Chris.
Yeah. Called strike one. Fouled back. Quickly 0-2 again. Amador working ahead quite a bit tonight. Getting some calls, but also getting the Riders to battle with him with fouls away. 3-2 Roosevelt here. Bottom of third inning. Roosevelt with Sam Nicolino leading off at third base. Aiden Brown up to bat. Hits a curveball up high. That's going to score a run. Shortstop boots that. Heads back into left field. Aiden Brown turns and looks and stays at first. Kind of ate him up a little there, Brian.
Yeah, he tried playing that ball off to the side, and you'll see that a lot on that third hop. I say it all the time. That third hop usually surprises you. Instead of taking it off the short hop, he kind of took it mid-hop, and it just got by him. Glove side.
Aiden Brown leads off at third, or at first. Back safely. Jaden Singleton will step in here.
Like to see Aiden get a hit here. Or, excuse me, Singleton.
Jaden looked at a questionable strike three call his last at bat. Hard hit down the left field line. That one's going to be danger, but it goes foul just a little bit there. About 5 feet. Hitting the ball hard is Jaden. Just kind of can't put it in the right spot. He's due.
Well, he's not getting a lot of hitter's luck either. I'd love to see Aiden take second base here.
Runner's going. Jaden swings and misses. Brown's in safely with a stolen base.
You know, the throw from catcher, the velocity's there, just not in the right spot. That throw high allowed Aiden to get underneath the tag pretty easily.
So Singleton with an 0-2 count. Aiden Brown gets his lead at second base. Bielner over there to hold him on for Ames. One and two.
You know, probably the toughest thing on that curveball that he's throwing is just not giving up on it. When it comes out of his hand, it's way out of the zone. You just got to stay in there and track the ball into the zone.
That ball's in the dirt. Berkheimer able to keep it in front of him so the runner doesn't advance. 2-2 count, even now. Two and two the count, nobody away. Aiden Brown takes his lead at second. Jaden Singleton steps in. Hard hit. Not again. Right at the center fielder. Elliot Jurgensen takes a couple steps over and retires Singleton.
Tell you what, if Jaden didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. He's
Now batting for Roosevelt, number
hit the
2,
ball well, and
Kieran
just he
Bailey.
needs one of those to drop, and my guess is the floodgates will open, and now's the time to do it right before state.
As hard as that ball was hit out to center field, the runner not able to advance, obviously. So Aiden Brown stays at second. We've got Kieran Bailey stepping in here. Bailey walked and I believe scored. Yeah, he scored with Jamison Patton in the last inning. Ball outside.
You know, third baseman's playing back here. Wouldn't be a bad play to maybe see a bunt down the third base line. I'm sure Kieran could beat out the throw.
Slap towards second. Kieran retired. Moves the runner over, though, so we have a runner now at third. Jamison Patton steps in. Jamison was hit by a pitch in his first at bat. Bottom of the third inning here. Roosevelt with one across already. Patton looking for more. Ball outside. Aiden Brown takes his lead at third. Patton steps in. Amador ready. Fouled back.
Heads up back here.
You know, good aggressive cut there by JP. Saw that pitch all the way, just fouled it off.
Four to 2 Roosevelt here. Bottom of the third inning. 1-1 the count on Jamison Patton. Fouled straight back and right back at the catcher. 1-2 now. 2 away. Jamison looking to bring Aiden Brown home from third. Swing and miss, strike 3. That retires the side.
Well, after giving up a leadoff triple, Ames gives up one that inning.
We go to the top of 4. 4 to 2 Riders.
Anytime you can put up at least one, you win the inning there.
As a wise man once told me, it's what you do with your outs that matters.
So Alex Pendergast is going to head back to the mound. Nicolino still at catcher. Everything else remains the same with Jaden Williams at second. Will Armstrong over there at short. Jamison Patton, third base. And it looks like Niall Foss is still our first baseman. Outfield with Kieran Bailey in left. Jaden Singleton in center. Aiden Brown stranded on third there to end the inning is in right field.
You know, I will say it's still a tight ball game. It's 4-2. Obviously, we'll say the Riders have hit the ball well this game.
Gonna have the number 6 batter coming up.
Leading off for Ames, number 26, Brady Berkheimer.
Catcher Brady Berkheimer comes up.
Our engineer, Andy Wade, just let us know that there are 45 fans online enjoying the game, so welcome.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Pendergast ahead early, 0-1.
You know, Ames has gotten that call a lot. We didn't get it there, so
1-1 the count. Nobody away here. Top of the fourth. Ball high, 2-1. Swing and a miss, evens the count, 2-2. Berkheimer looking to make some noise here with that swing. Another reach out. Pendergast has it, flips over to first. That's out number 1.
You know, Alex hasn't thrown poorly at all. He's actually thrown very well. Just one of those games where you kind of just got to keep battling and against a good team.
Gorman steps in, had a hard hit. Line drive down the left field line last time. Swing and a miss there for strike 1. Bailey still playing pretty standard there in left. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Kind of fooled him there, it looked like. Out ahead of it.
See what Alex here has for him, 0-2 here. And back to the
popped
curveball.
up. Bailey's underneath it. Makes the play for out number 2. Pendergast really settling down here. Braden Bielner steps in, freshman second baseman. Bielner walked in his previous at bat. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, AP's really got that fastball going now. Feeling confident, you can see it.
Kind of relying on his curve to get strikes across now. Challenging the batters with the fastball.
That's exactly right.
There's some heat. Strike 2.
The immortal words of Major League: forget the curveball, Ricky. Give him the heater.
Foul back.
Curveball foul.
Yeah.
As soon as I say that.
4-2 Roosevelt here. 2 away. Pendergast up. 0-2 on the batter Bielner. Chop foul. Into the Ames dugout. Count stays 0-2.
Still way ahead of him here, obviously 0-2. I'd be sticking with that fastball. He really hasn't been close to it here at this at-bat.
Swing and miss, strike 3.
Good inning there by AP. Puts up another goose egg.
So we're going to head to the bottom of the 4th inning here with another goose egg for the Ames High Little Cyclones. Amador's going to be heading back to the mound. Berkheimer quickly ready at catcher.
Well, while we're relaxing here, I think it'd be a good time to let the listeners know who we are.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do the honors. Chris Williams here doing play-by-play with us. Chris has got a son on the freshman baseball team. And George also plays basketball and football for the Riders. Andy Wade, who's our engineer, also has a son on the freshman baseball team. Dominic plays football and baseball and hockey for the Des Moines Oak Leafs. And I'm Brian Michael. I've got a son, Cooper, who's on the freshman team as well, who plays hockey with Dominic on the Oak Leaf.
Dominic had a great outing today, pitching for Roosevelt at Hoover. Roosevelt split with Hoover in those freshman games this morning. Didn't get that outside call this time. 1-0.
You know, Jaden up here, 9 batter. Be really nice to get him on base here, set up the top of the lineup.
Curveball looked high, called strike 3.
That was a good pitch there by Amador.
Yep.
You know, as a hitter,
On
you
the box, number 1, Will Armstrong.
can't really take those close pitches with 2 strikes.
Leadoff hitter Will Armstrong up now. Walking a fly out today. Ball 1. 1-0. 1 away. There's a ball hit towards third base. Napolitano makes a good play over to third to get Armstrong.
Yeah, good play. Backhand short hop. Right on the bag. Threw a strike to first base.
Napolitano, a sophomore, a lot of youth over at second base with Jamison Patton for Roosevelt as a freshman. That'll bring up Alex Pendergast looking to help himself here. Roosevelt with a 4-2 lead in the bottom of the 4th. Ball low in the dirt. One of those where you wish you had a base runner.
Well, Amador's really settled down here in this inning. Made quick work of the first 2 riders, batters.
Pendergast looking to make a 2-out rally here. 2-0 quickly, ball high. Ball driven hard down the right field line. Right field arranging for it, still going back. A little hard to see from this angle. Ball's in, and Pendergast with a stand-up double.
You know, they've been shading the lines all game. That just dropped right on the line, got into the corner. Right fielder actually made a really good play. He got to the ball, set his feet, hit the cutoff man, held him to second base. That's about all you can do. And the ball rolls to the fence there. A lot of times you see either the ball bobbled or the right fielder getting in a hurry and missing the cutoff man, allowing the runner to take an extra base, especially with 2 outs. That's a big play. Keep him in second base.
Holden McFarland in to run for Pendergast at second, gets a lead. Niall Foss steps in, senior first baseman. Curveball over for a strike, kind of hung on that outside corner. Hard pitch to get to. 2 away, runner on second. Niall Foss steps in. Ball's hit to left center. Fielders are going back. That's going to fall. 1 run will score. Foss gets to second with another stand-up double for Roosevelt.
Yeah, slicing line drive there over the left fielder's head. And Niall changes spots with AP and big 2-out run there.
Sam Nicolino steps in.
Sam with the triple his last at bat.
Sam hit grounder to infield single and then a long triple, you're right. See what he's got in store this time.
Massive hole in right center field.
It's huge. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Center fielder's shaded about 15 yards left, or 15 feet left, and the right fielder is about 25 feet off the line, so a lot of room out there. Strike called.
Yeah, I'd like to tell right-handed batters if you can find that gap in right center consistently, make a living off that.
Amador looks over to second, delivers in the dirt. The ball's on the ground, and that's going to be a wild pitch on Amador, taking Niall Foss over to third base.
You know, Nicolino here too. He's got two jobs. One, obviously, get on base, but you know, let's have a good at bat here. Make him throw some pitches. See if we can get one in the dirt and get a cheap one here.
1-2 the count. Amador ready.
There you go.
Battles off that curveball.
Just like that.
Count stays 1-2. Niall Foss on third. Sam Nicolino up to bat. Swing and a miss, strike three. That ends the inning. Curveball got him.
We go to the top of 5-2. Being traded to some great
Well, some
baseball.
two-out thunder there by the Riders. Scored a run on two back-to-back doubles. One by AP. And the other by Niall Foss.
We haven't had an inning without at least a run. Got two in the second. So we'll head to the top of the fifth with Pendergast still on the mound.
You know, Alex really settling down the last couple innings. So he's got to keep it up.
Fastball really working that last inning.
Absolutely.
Found his tempo.
And you could see the confidence in him throwing that after he got a couple calls. And
just kind of set the table a little bit again here about what's going to be coming up here. This will probably be our final broadcast with Brian and Michael and Andy Wade. I'm Chris Williams. We're hoping to try to bring you the sub-state playoff game next Friday, but it doesn't look like that's going to be allowed. But if we find a way, we'll do it. We'd love to. Alex on the mound right now with 63 pitches, 40 for strikes. Really settled down after that first inning. We're going to see bottom of the order, Nate Withers, senior left fielder, come up to bat for Ames.
Nate Withers.
I don't know where that missed, but that's ball one. Fouled off, out of play, towards Hubble. Evens the count 1-1. There's a little blooper towards Jaden Singleton in center. That's going to drop for a base hit. That's what you want from your number 9 hitter if you're Ames.
well, now AP's just got to make the adjustment here. Keep being aggressive with that fastball and see if we can get a ground ball here. Get a double play.
Cameron Gallett steps back in. Ames leadoff hitter. Just a bit low.
You know, Ames showed that they were willing to play some small ball here early in the game. Down by 3 runs here in the top of the fifth. See what their plan is.
Withers gets his lead at first. Pendergast stares him down. Not a real big lead. Batter calls time. No pitch. Signs relayed. Pendergast delivers. Nicolino up with it. Withers in safely with the stolen base at second.
You know, a curveball a little low there from AP, and Nicolino made a great throw down to second. Bang, bang play. He was safe.
Anytime you get tagged on your belt, you're usually got a foot or two on the bag.
That is the conventional wisdom, Chris.
That's all. I'm all about conventional wisdom. 2-0 the count. 2-1 the count. Counts even. 2-2. Fouled away.
Yeah, big pitch coming up here with Alex. 2-2 here, runner on first. Let's see if we can finish him off to get that first out. You get that first out, I think you know, with a 5-2 lead here, just kind of focus on the batter.
Ball 3 called. 3-2. Roosevelt faithful not happy about that one. 3-2 the count. Fouled out of play. Right side.
Good at bat here by Gallup.
This will be the 7th pitch. Cat and mouse here a little bit. Gallup with time again. Maybe trying to get the signal across to the runner. Nathan Withers leads off on second. Ball's in the dirt. Ball 4. Coach Miller heads out to the mound. Pendergast with 73 pitches, 45 for strikes. Only one game here tonight, so put your best foot forward.
I think Coach Miller's just going out there to make sure everyone knows what they're doing. It's still AP's game at this point. I said, early in the game, Ames was content with playing small ball and moving the runners over here with no outs. Runners on first and second. You do have the top of the lineup here. So,
sophomore Evan Gray here, right-handed right fielder. Nate Withers on second, Cameron Galt on first. Pendergast ready. Pitch over for strike one. What'd you like to see? Nobody away. Top of the 5th. Pendergast looking back. Fastball strike. 0-2.
A little confused by the Riders' defensive setup here. You've got the corners in, and shortstop's holding the runner on. Second baseman's not even close to the bag, or even double play depth. I think I'd gladly turn a double play here for runner on third, but that's why I'm sitting here.
Bag chair quarterback.
AP looking for a chase there. Good pitch. Good pitch, 0-2.
Just missed on the outside. 1-2. Runners on first and second for Ames. Nobody out here. The ball inside. "5-2 Roosevelt. 2-2 the count here. Evan Gray, the batter.
Gray comes back from 0-2. And see if Alex can respond.
Alex ready. Ball misses high for ball 4. Loads the bases with nobody out. Ben Schwartz, number 3 batter, senior first baseman for Ames, ready to step in.
See what the Riders do here defensively. Go ahead run at the plate.
Pendergast hits Schwartz. That's going to move all the runners 90 feet. Make the score 5-3 Roosevelt over Ames. And that'll bring up Mario Napolitano.
Now batting number 7, Mario Napolitano.
Riders still probably willing to sacrifice a run for a double play here. Can make it happen. Fastball over for strike 1. Bases loaded here for Ames. Roosevelt clinging to a 5-3 lead. Cleanup hitter Napolitano up for Ames with a 1-1 count. Nobody away. Bases loaded for Ames. And that ball's going to go up the middle for a base hit. They're going to be looking to score 2 with this one. Singleton with the high throw. And Ames has 2. That ties the ball game.
Coach Miller out to the mound again. If you kind of rewound this inning, that call that AP didn't get on that 2-strike pitch. Looming large right now with no outs. Runners at first and second base.
Bounding in from left field, that's going to be Kieran. Got a haircut. Didn't recognize him. Kieran Bailey will be the pitcher.
Warming up on the hill, number 2, Kieran Bailey.
See what changes we have in the infield. Will Tyler is going to stay at first. JP stay at third. Looks like we're going to have
3, Niles Foss in left field. Singleton in second.
Pendergast at second. It would appear.
Well,
Will Armstrong still there at short.
yeah, outfield we have Foss, Singleton, and Brown.
Foss in left now.
15,
Yep,
Will
yep.
Tyler will go to first.
It's going to bring up Elliot Jurgensen. Elliot hit the ball right at Jaden Singleton in center field his last at bat. Had a reach safely on an error towards third in his first at bat.
Well, Kieran coming in here in a pretty tight spot with no one out first and second. See if you can pick AP up here. Get that first out.
Runners at first and second for Ames. Kieran Bailey looks in for his sign. Elliot Jurgensen up at bat for Ames.
Good time for a bunt here.
That ball's in the dirt.
No need now.
So Schwartz at third, Napolitano at second. Bailey looks in. Batter calls time. 1-0. Runners at second and third for Ames. Ames has tied up the game with 3 runs in this inning at 5-5. There's a strike on the outside corner.
Coach moves the infield in.
Nobody out here still. There's a ball hit to right center. Singleton ranges over. Runner's going to tag from third. Tyler throws a little bit late. So the run will score on the sacrifice.
Now batting number 26, Brady Birkenheimer.
Berkheimer up. First pitch strike, 0-1.
Good to see Kieran throwing darts here. Another one.
0-2 quickly. Berkheimer going to have to work from behind now. Napolitano gets his lead at second. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good sequence there from Bailey.
And a 3-pitch strikeout for the second out in this inning. Good response from Kieran.
Number 16, Jacob Behrman.
Now as the infield, you got 2 outs, runner on second base. Just knock the ball down, keep it in front of you. If you can make the play, but keep that runner from scoring.
Gorman able to hit the ball to the left side a couple times down the line against Pendergast. Strike 1 called, up early, 0-1. 2 away here. Runner on second for Ames. Fouled off. Bailey looks back and delivers. Curveball stays a bit high.
A little high and tight there. Nothing wrong with that. 0-2.
Let Gorman think about it a little.
I'd like to see that fastball on the outside part of the plate right here. There it is.
Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Great job by Kieran Bailey to come in with runners on first and second, no one out after a big inning. Gives up a kind of a easy fly ball sacrifice, but comes in with 3 quick outs there right after that. So good job by Kieran. Way to pick up his team. Still in this ball game, 6-5. Could have been much worse with bases loaded, no one out, and the close call there on the first batter of the inning in the walk, and hits Batman, and kind of led to a big inning there by Ames.
Thanks again to the Des Moines Oak Leafs hockey program for allowing us to use their equipment to broadcast these games. Last I heard, we were up to 35 viewers. 45. So thanks for all of you out there joining us. One nice thing about looking at those numbers, a lot of times we see a lot of people watching the game afterwards. That may be some of the players watching themselves and family members who weren't able to watch it live. So here we go, Aiden Brown coming up at the bottom of the fifth. Aiden's reached twice. High pop foul out of play. Owen won the count.
Yeah, Aiden's won a hot bat here the last couple games. I can see him set the table for Jaden here.
There's a base hit up the middle. Good piece of hitting there from Aiden Brown.
Aiden Brown sends a liner out to center field. Base hit. Nice job, A.D.
You know, we can score some runs off Amador. We have. Obviously, this game's scoring 5 runs, but you know, if I'm Ames, I'm not letting up at all. And you know, Jaden comes to the plate here, hitting the ball hard. Let's see if we can find a hole.
Strikeout and fly out so far for Jaden. Ball hit high in the air. Aiden Brown retreats halfway. Left fielder Nate Withers able to dive for the catch.
Starting from left field, making a nice catch. 1 out.
You know, good communication there by the Little Cyclones. Hit 3, the center fielder, left fielder, and shortstop all converging on the ball, and kind of at the last minute, left fielder called him off, made a good play. Aiden goes back to first base.
Hey, stay hot, kids, stay hot.
Kieran Bailey steps in looking to help himself. Ames with a 6-5 lead here, bottom 5. That ball's in the dirt. Aiden Brown will reach safely on a wild pitch. So there he is.
You know, that kind of drive you nuts as a coach. You'd get the leadoff batter on and, you know, get a quick out for that first one, and then the next pitch in the dirt, and you got a guy at second base anyway. So see if the Riders can take advantage of that. You know, Kieran being a left-hander here, you know, let's put the ball on the right side of the field. There's still a huge gap in right center field. And maybe they've got some scouting that we can't hit it there apparently, but I tell you what, Kieran's going to
Bailey's going to reach on an infield single there, moving Aiden Brown over to third.
No chance there by the first baseman. It's kind of a high chopper, and with Kieran's speed, there's no way the second baseman's going to get there in time, especially with where he was playing. So
1 out, runners at first and third for Roosevelt. We'll see what Ames has in store. And who's running here? That's going to be Bailey stays with 1 away.
big spot here for JP.
Jamison Patton steps in. Ball's in the dirt there. Bailey's going to stand up at second with a stolen base. So now second, third, 1 out. Jamison Patton with a 1-0 count. Just needs to make contact here.
See how long Ames is going to go Amador here.
Up to 94 pitches now.
No one in the
There's ball high, 2-0.
no one in the bullpen for Ames.
Will Tyler waits on deck. 1 away, runners at second and third for Roosevelt. Three and 0. Looking like another turning point at this point in the ball game. Big opportunity for Roosevelt.
Well, I'd imagine JP's got the take sign here.
Ball 4, bases loaded.
Good at bat there by JP, putting the pressure back on the pitcher. Now kind of the tables are turned here with bases loaded, 1 out.
Conference at the mound with the Cyclones. Looks like we may See a pitching change, maybe just a conversation. Tyler over to talk with Coach Miller about rider strategy.
I think our strategy is going to depend on how they set up here. And, you know, you got a pitcher that's struggling a little bit this inning. Although Coach Miller had a nice conversation with Aiden over there on third base, so we'll see if everyone's on the same page. Corners in, first baseman well into the grass.
Speed on every base.
Absolutely. I can see Aiden get a little bigger lead there on third base with the third baseman off.
Will Tyler just looking to make contact here and get these runners over. Ball one in the dirt. I think that's about 5 or 6 straight balls from Amador.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Miller, I'm going to make him throw a strike here before I do anything. You know, you get a 2-0 count, your strategy changes a little bit.
There it was.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's taking all the way there.
Next pitch will be Amador's 100th. 62 strikes on 99 thrown. 6-5. Two and one, balls in the dirt. Aiden Brown at third base, Kieran Bailey on the bag at second, and Jamison Patton gets his lead at first for Roosevelt. Amador looks to deliver. High fly ball, right side, right fielder in for it. Runner's going to tag and stays, but second base didn't get the memo. And the throw over. Bailey back in time, but the play at the plate is out.
They call the runner at second out, too, apparently.
Well, that wasn't true. Well, okay. Double play for Ames, gets him out of the inning. Beautiful opportunity for Roosevelt squandered. I'll take a couple minutes scoring that one here, Brian.
So what happened there was a shallow fly ball to right field. Right fielder had it all the way, and with the bases loaded, the runner at third faked the run home on the tag, and the runner at second base didn't get the memo and actually ran, and they threw the ball back behind him, and he was called out at second base and had time enough to throw it from second to get the runner at home. I think they call that running yourself out of an inning.
Yeah. Troubles continue on the base paths for the Riders. Big opportunity there. Bases loaded with one away. And so I think actually we had one out when that started. So out at right field and out at home.
Oh, that's true. Yep, you're right. You know, and the play at home was very close. He caught the ball and just nicked Aiden on the shoulder. It was actually a really good play by the catcher to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, Berkheimer with a good play there. So Bailey looks to hold again here. So here in the top of the sixth.
Yeah, we still have 6 outs here. So let's see what we can do with them still in this ball game.
Freshman Braden Bielner steps back in for Ames. Bielner with a walk and a strikeout. Second baseman for Ames.
Number 2, Braden Bellner.
Away we go with the sixth. Ball one outside. Ball two. Kieran starts off the inning behind 2-0. Bielner, the number 8 hitter for the Ames lineup. Ball misses outside. Pretty close.
No, Kieran dancing around the plate here. Now it's time to battle back.
Four-pitch walk there to start off the inning. That'll bring up Nate Withers, who had a single up the middle his last at bat.
Now at the plate for Ames, number 5, Nate Withers.
Winds died down at this point, still 91 degrees here at Roosevelt. Bunt shown. Runner's kind of caught in a run down there, trying to get back. Tyler off the bag, not able to make the play. So a lot of excitement there for ball one. Bielner takes his lead. Bailey looks over. Nate Withers steps in.
Close play at first, but he was safe. The batter was squaring around the bunt too.
Bailey's got a quicker move than that. That might have geeked him a little.
I think JP's got to be on his toes here at third base. Squaring around the bunt again.
1-0 the count.
I really don't know if he's squaring around just to kind of throw him off a little bit, or he's really trying to bunt. I'd be kind of surprised with the bunt here, but he's bunt.
He does bunt foul. Back behind the plate. Evens the count. 1-1.
Tough pitch to bunt there, fastball high. Just dropped the barrel a little bit and fouled it off.
Withers, senior left fielder for Ames. Ball low. Gets Bielner over to second on the wild pitch. Two and one now. After Bailey's last inning, kind of cruised in that first inning of appearance, and now having a little bit of trouble with the command. Three and one.
Looks like we got some action in the Ames bullpen.
Bielner takes his lead. That's ball four. It's going to bring up the leadoff hitter. If you're Ames, that's what you want to see, the 8-9 hitter reaching with nobody away. Bringing up Gallant, the leadoff hitter. Gallant's got a ground out, was hit by a pitch and walked so far tonight.
Have a pitching change. Nice job.
Let's see who Roosevelt brings in here for Bailey.
Like Niles coming in.
Niall Foss.
You know, you got to look at everything as an opportunity here. You got runners at first and second, nobody out. You know, let's get a pop-up or strikeout here. Turn two, get out of here, get a little momentum heading to the plate.
So Tyler at first, Pendergast stays at second, Armstrong still at short, and Jamison Patton stays at third. We'll see who's. Looks like Kieran's going back out to left field. Kieran Bailey will be reporting into left field. Singleton in center and Aiden Brown in right.
about those sponsors, Chris?
Yeah. True Value on 63rd and Grand. Price Chopper on Ingersoll. Ace Hardware on University. Along with the Des Moines Oak Leafs Hockey Club, providing us with the equipment to be able to bring you these games. And if I can open the right app, we'll mention the rest of the sponsors. We've got Brick Gentry Law Firm and what's the other one? Parrish. Alfredo Parrish Law Firm there. And then Audio Chiropractic, Assessorettes, Drill and Drum Corps, Paragon IT Professionals, UBS, CERN Calcium Company, Larry's Window Service, Betcher Landscapes, Engel and Meharry, Raccoon River Little League, Des Moines Orthopedic Surgeons, Ryan Companies, and Structured Supply Minnesota Cabinets.
You know, we got you covered here. If you need an attorney, you need someone to build you a building, you need some cabinets, you need a chiropractor.
Yep.
We got you covered. And of course, the most important thing is donuts.
That's right. The Hertz Donut. Dinger, we haven't had one of those tonight. So runners on first and second here for Ames. Leadoff batter Cameron Gallett comes back up to bat.
You see another bunt here? Or?
Nobody away. Top of the sixth. First pitch strike for Foss.
Foss and Nicolino going to talk it over a little bit, make sure they're on the same page.
Oh, and 1 the count, nobody away. Runners on first and second. Ames with a 6-5 lead. Threatening here again. Behind the hard heat from Foss there. 0-2 the count. Foss delivers that ball a little bit low. 1-2.
Yeah, good job by Nicolino there, keeping that ball in front of him. And we're down 1-2. We're in phase one of Brian's plan to get out of this inning, which is either a strikeout or a pop-up. You got to keep that double play in order.
8 and 9 batters on base for the Little Cyclones. Leadoff hitter Gallett up with a 1-2 count. Just up. 2-2 evens the count.
Nile taking a little time here.
Two and 2. Foss ready. Ball. Full count.
Good at bat here.
Gallett was down 1-2. Laid off the last couple pitches that were close to make the count full. Ball's hit hard to right field. Looks like Aiden Brown's over for it. He's going to make the throw. I think the runners will advance. At least the runner will advance from second to third, putting runners at the corners with 1 out.
Good job by Aiden tracking that ball down, then getting it in quickly to keep the runner at first base. Double play still in order. Runners at the corners here. We'll see if Ames is going to try to run here.
Bielner at third, Withers at first. Evan Gray steps in, sophomore first baseman. Will Tyler holds on, Withers over at first. Runners going. That ball missed for ball 1. So runners at second and third with Withers' stolen base. Second and third, one out. Niall Foss on the mound. Infield comes in. Leaves another one high. Two 2-0. Evan Gray up on Niall Foss. One run lead here for Ames. Umpire hesitated, but eventually called that one a strike.
Big pitch here by Niall right now, 2-1. Nice to even the count here and gives you some more choices on pitch selection. Good pitch there.
Strike two. Evens the count, 2-2.
And another big pitch coming up.
Foss steps off.
No, the runner at second base, I think, was kind of looking in, maybe giving some signals to the batter. So Nicolino calls time and heads out to the mound and going to do it the old-fashioned way.
I don't hear any garbage cans banging in the dugout, but they're not the Astros.
Same colors.
True.
Ish. Yes. Orange.
Here's Foss pitch inside. Evans actually takes the count full. 3-2, one down. Ames with runners on second and third. Niall Foss on the mound. The full count here. Looking ahead to the next inning, Armstrong, our leadoff hitter, will be coming up. Top of the order for Roosevelt.
You know, his riders there with that walk. We'll see what Coach Miller does here with the middle infield with one out.
Number 27, Ben Schwartz.
Still one out. That brings up Ben Schwartz. Schwartz flew out to left and had a hard shot up the middle for a base hit in his last at bat. Also was hit by a pitch, so he's reached twice tonight.
Coach Miller is keeping the infield in.
Ball in the dirt. Great stop by Nicolino. Ball one. Bases loaded here again for Ames with one away. Niall Foss on the mound for Roosevelt. Batter calls time. Number 3 batter Ben Schwartz for Ames steps back in. That ball's way outside. It's going to bounce right back. No play. Throw back a little aggressive, but Armstrong there to take care of it. Just must have slipped out of his hand there, Brian.
Yeah, he just lost the grip on that a little bit. I'm not sure why the runner at third wasn't really prepared for that. That was really nowhere near the plate, but
A little bit of inexperience there with the freshman, Bielner.
we'll take it.
Foss ready. There's a high fly ball. Pop fly towards first. Tyler over for it. And then Pendergast over to make the play. Runs the ball back in and keeps the runner from advancing. So bases loaded still, but 2 outs. Great play by Pendergast.
You know, good play by AP. Now we can move the infield back and touch any bag here. Let's get out of this.
With the infield playing in, that made it a difficult play for the first baseman, Tyler. Pendergast stayed with it and was able to bring it down. So that's going to bring up, I got to finish scoring here. Mario Napolitano, third baseman for Ames. Foss ready. Strike one called. Foss gets the fastball over. Gray on first, Withers on second, Bielner on third. 2 outs. Top of the 6th here.
You know, if you're Sam, you got to keep everything in front of you here. Don't give
Foss
him a
steps
cheap
off.
one here with 2 outs.
Sorry, I interrupted you there, Brian.
No, that's all right. It's, you know, that's kind of just keep it in front of you and whatever it takes.
Foss ready. Oh, off his glove there. And Armstrong's going to be able to beat Evan Gray to the base for the 3rd out. So Roosevelt escapes.
This is the top of 6. We go to the bottom of 6. 6-5 Ames.
So we head to the bottom of the 6th. 6-5 Ames still. Way to work out of that inning, Brian.
Yeah, you know, after the last thing for the Riders, after we ran ourselves out of a potentially tying run, you know, we come out and shut them down in the spot, and they didn't get any either. So, you know, we're right back where we started from. We got 6 outs here. Let's see if we can get one across and put a little pressure on the Ames Little Cyclones. It looks like Amador's back on the mound again for Ames. We'll see how long that goes.
101 pitches for Amador, 63 strikes.
As Chris said, we have the top of the lineup up for Roosevelt with Will Armstrong. Will's 0 for 2 today with a walk and a fly out and a ground out. So we need to get some base runners here and push them over and get that run across the plate.
Thanks again for everybody joining us at home and in your car, wherever you're listening or watching. Thanks to the Des Moines Oak Leafs hockey program for providing the broadcast equipment to allow us to bring that to you. So we'll be looking potentially for a Hertz Donut dinger here to even the score at 6-6. We'll take base hits and small ball if that's what it takes as well.
I think the proper saying here is any way you can to get on base.
Leading off for Roosevelt, playing shortstop, number 1, Will Armstrong.
Shortstop, Will Armstrong steps in.
You know, Amador's giving us lots of opportunities.
High hit, foul ball out of play. Left side.
Heads up.
Armstrong can straighten that out. It's going to go away. Left fielder kind of still trying to get back into his position there. Now he's ready. Curveball for a strike. 0-2. Catcher lined up way outside. One and two. That ball misses on the outside corner. Evens the count 2-2. Armstrong ready to get a hit to pitch here.
You know, Will's mentality's got to be, hey, if I don't like it, foul it off here, 2-2. Try to get the 3-2 and work this count a little bit.
High pop fly right at the second baseman. Bielner underneath it. Makes the play.
You know, we've seen our share of pop-ups this game as well.
Now at the plate for Roosevelt, number 5, Alex Pendergast.
One away here, bottom of the 6th. Alex Pendergast steps in. Alex was the starting pitcher for Roosevelt tonight in this single game, non-doubleheader. One away. Strike one called, caught the outside corner there. Good pitch from Amador. That's his 107th pitch.
Well, and been waiting the entire game for someone to hit that gap in right center. You could fly a 747 through there. See if he can do it.
There's a hard hit ball towards short. Gallant up with it. Makes a great play there. 2 away.
Nice get is short and a nice throw. 2 down.
Yeah, very athletic play there by shortstop. The ball took kind of a high bounce on him, backhand, and whipped around quick and made a great throw to first base.
So Niall Foss coming up.
Good play by Gallant.
Foss with a single, a fly out, and a double.
Box with 2 outs. Now batting number 3, Niall Foss.
Well, the last time we scored a run with 2 outs.
High fly ball towards left center. Center fielder over for it. 1, 2, 3. They retire at the top of our order. Amador with a
Down 1, 2, 3.
great outing
They
so
have
far.
one more at bat left. We got a great
You know,
game,
Amador's
6
just
to 5. We go to the top of
chugging
7.
away. You know, anyone can win the game when they got their stuff. But he's just been battling and not giving up, and certainly paid off for the Cyclones here today.
Underneath a lot of pitches
Yep.
today for Roosevelt. A lot of balls in the air. And Ames is able to make the plays. So we're going to see Niall Foss come back to the mound. And Elliot Jurgensen will be the batter for Ames. As I mentioned, our sponsors, all we can here. Ace Hardware on University over by Waveland Golf Course. True Value Hardware at 63rd and Grand. Price Chopper on Ingersoll. Parrish Law Firm. Brick Gentry Law Firm. The Des Moines Oak Leafs Hockey Club. Adio Chiropractic. Isisaret's Drill and Drum Corps. Paragon IT Professionals. UBS. CERN Calcium Company. Larry's Window Service. Betcher Landscapes. Engel and Meharry PLC. Raccoon River Little League. Des Moines Orthopedic Surgeons. Ryan Companies. Structured Supply Minnesota Cabinet. Thanks to all of you for helping us bring Roosevelt baseball your way this summer.
Dr. Stickles sitting right next to us, enjoying the game.
Is that right?
I thought you guys were going to interview me. Can you guys send me a memo? Jeez. I heard you guys saying audio. It's ADIO. That stands for above, down, inside, out.
All right. ADIO Chiropractic. The lowercase letters threw me off.
Heather's mom and dad are listening.
Great. So it's not audio, it's ADIO Chiropractic. So appreciate that correction.
Leading off, number 25.
Hello to Heather's
Elliot
mother and
Jurgensen.
father
Yeah.
who are listening tonight.
Elliot Jurgensen steps in. Reached on an error, flew out with a sacrifice fly in his last at bat. First pitch strike.
Good start by Niall here. You know, we really can't afford to get up any runs.
One and one. Ball in the dirt.
Got
One
the
and
call
two.
there, Chris.
We've been looking for that all night. Foul away. Count stays 1 and 2.
We just got a piece of that one.
Foss ready. Fouled back, got Nicolino.
Well, we're already down one catcher. Sam's going to take his time here. Sam's got a lot of duty behind the plate here the last couple games and last couple really hot days.
So Sam catches his breath. We'll go ahead and get restarted here. 1-2 the count, nobody out. Elliot Jurgensen, Ames leadoff hitter this inning. Number 5 in their lineup. Strike 3 call. There we go.
Great pitch by Niles. This is exactly what we needed. Let's get the first one.
Looking for a bunt here. Well, potentially not with a runner on. Berkheimer's bunted twice. But also struck out his last at bat.
Brady Berkenheimer.
Berkheimer, the catcher for Ames. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Yeah, I saw Coach talking to Berkmeyer a little bit in between innings about his swing.
Pops up, left side, underneath Nicolino, ranges over for it, makes a great diving play to tire Berkheimer.
Well, I saw that ball go up in the air, and JP got a little bit of a late break on it at third base. Niall hustling off the mound. Sam saw it just in time and run over, dove for it, made a great play.
After just having taken a pitch fouled off to be able to range over and make that play, fantastic, Sam Nicolino.
Sam's played well today.
Jake Gorman steps in. Curveball over for a strike. Foss with a beautiful pitch there. Ball outside. Gorman steps back in. Foss gets his sign. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1-2 the count.
You know, Niall in complete control here this inning. See if we can finish it off.
Coming up for Roosevelt is going to be Sam Nicolino, Aiden Brown, and Jaden Singleton. Strike 3 called. Great outing for Niall Foss. We're going to go to the bottom of the 7th with a 1-run deficit, looking to make that up with Sam Nicolino leading off, Aiden Brown, and Jaden Singleton being the hole to start with. And we have Ben Amador back on the mound. This will be the next pitch that he throws in regulation is going to be his 110th. It's a lot of pitches at any level, let alone high school. So we'll see how that goes.
I have a feeling he's got a short leash here.
Unofficial.
Well, we have Sam Nicolino leading it off for the Riders. Sam's 2 for 3 today with a big triple center field. A great play last inning to record the second out.
Yeah, a lot of great contributors today for Roosevelt, but Sam might get that gold star.
Yep. Crowd getting into it here.
Roosevelt faithful up. Amador ready to deliver his 110th pitch. Ball outside. 1-0 the count. Here in the bottom of the 7th, Roosevelt's last chance. Getting that high strike once again. Counts for a lot of those fly balls that we've had today. 1-1. Amador ready. That ball in dirt ricochets off Brockheimer's helmet. 2-1. One of those times when you're glad you have the hockey-style mask.
Let's go, Sam.
Two and one, 3-1 now.
You know, didn't get that high pitch called there. Just missed up in the zone. You know, Amador's really lived up in the zone today. His curveball's been up in the zone, fastball up in the zone, and
definitely a fly ball pitcher. There's a chopper towards short. That's past him. That's going to be a base hit to start it off.
Sam with a big game at the plate today. Big hit.
So we're looking at a pitching change here. Limit. Substitutions are going to be happening for Ames here. We'll see who they put on the mound. Good job out of Amador. Really impressive outing.
Yeah, like I said last inning, you know, you could tell he was battling, but he certainly gave everything he had. Leaves the game with a 6-5 lead. He's responsible for the runner on first base.
So Elliot Jurgensen moves in to pitch. We'll see a new center fielder. Not really that concerned about who that is. So Jurgensen, junior for Ames. Other thing I'll mention about Amador, he's a sophomore, so we'll be seeing him for a couple years now.
Looks like Sam's going to run for himself.
Number 25, Elliot Jurgensen.
Roosevelt down 6-5 now, nobody away with a runner on first. And we're going to see Aiden Brown step in. Looking for some late game heroics. Sun's starting to set here at Roosevelt. Still not quite 8 o'clock, but the shadows start to become a bit of an issue. Wind's blowing a little bit out towards left center. Not enough to make too much of a difference. Still hovering around 90 degrees.
You know, getting back to Sam's at bat there, he had 3-1 count. Ball was a little up, could have easily just taken that, but had the confidence to put the bat on the ball and hit it up the middle. Now you got to deal with Aiden.
Aiden's come up big, and there was I think the first game we broadcast had a walk-off double. Walk-off hit, didn't need to be a double, to bring the winning run home against East.
Well, if he can find my 747 gap,
yeah,
this game's over.
Hit it right towards Lemie Bakery there, tattoo parlor.
Or I should say tied.
Yeah.
Number 14, Aiden Brown.
Aiden Brown up to bat. Runner on first, Sam Nicolino. There's a chopper toward the left side. That's a base hit. Runners move over.
AB. Aiden Brown hits him where they ain't.
So runners first and second, nobody out. Jaden Singleton steps in.
Number 26, now batting.
We've talked a lot about how Jaden's hit the ball really well, but right at people. This is his chance to hit it where they ain't.
Well, you have a feeling if he can get a big hit here, it'll open the floodgates.
Ball one high. Runners on first and second for Roosevelt. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-run deficit. Sam Nicolino the tying run, Aiden Brown the go-ahead. Jaden Singleton looking to move him over. Throw back to second, nobody covering. Bielner over to get the ball, but Nicolino in safely.
You know, we have second baseman holding the runner on here.
There's a gap.
First baseman playing in, so you got some room there on the right side. Slap one over there.
2-0. Excitement builds here.
You know,
Brown, go ahead.
Jaden's just got to be patient here. We got a new pitcher up.
Ball 3-0. Jurgensen have a little bit trouble with his control here to begin. Singleton with a 3-0 count. Ball 4, bases loaded, nobody out.
You know, good job by Jaden there with a lot of plate discipline. You know, we've talked about it many times. He's hit the ball well, just right at people. Sometimes you want to force things there to make things happen, but just took what he got and helped his baseball team by getting the first base.
Here's
Good
Kieran
job,
Bailey.
Jaden.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Elliot Jurgensen on the mound. Strike one.
You know, and the thing here with Sam on third base, bases loaded, you know, Kieran's going to make contact generally, so you got to be ready to go on contact and get down that line.
Ball way outside. Evens the count 1-1.
You know, and this is where you got to know, too, as a batter, even if you hit one on the infield, you got to get down to first base, even if the play's at the plate, to keep the double play out of it.
Swing, strike 2. One and 2 the count, nobody out. Bases loaded for Roosevelt. Bottom of the 7th inning. Counts even 2-2. Jamison Patton waiting on deck. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Well, Ames is still not out of the woods here. That was a big out. Now they can. We'll see what they do here on defense.
For Roosevelt, number 20, Jamison Patton.
Jamison Patton steps in. Jamison's hit by a pitch, struck out and walked. 6-5 Ames, bottom of the 7th, one away, bases loaded. High fly ball. Runner's going to tag.
That's deep enough. That's deep enough.
And he takes a step back to catch the ball, so his momentum's not going to allow him to make the play. Sam Nicolino crosses the plate to tie the game 6-6.
Big AB for JP there. The freshman stepping up. A big sacrifice fly to score the tying run. Hey, we're not done yet here. We got runners at first and second, 2 outs. You know, this little base hit here wins the game.
Now at the plate for Roosevelt, number 13, Will Tyler.
Big spot here for Will. Will was all over that pitch. Just missed.
Come on, Will Tyler.
We got the call on the outside corner of the plate there, 0-2.
Roosevelt tied 6-6. Runners on first and second, 2 away. Tyler swings and misses. So we go to extras.
That ends the inning. Riders score a big run to tie the game 6-6. We go to the top of the
So we get a big run there in the bottom of the 7th to tie the game.
You know, and I think the one thing for the Riders is, you know, Niles pitching well here, so you got to feel good getting that tying run across the plate in the bottom of the 7th.
So we're going to go to the top of the 8th here with Niall Foss still on the mound.
You know, good job by the Riders not giving up. They got in a little trouble there in the top of the 7th. Worked out of that. Kept the lead to 1 run, and you know, Sam, who's played a great ball game today, got on as the leadoff runner and eventually came around to score. Number 2, Braden Fellner up for the Little Cyclones, freshman second baseman.
Braden Bellman.
First pitch over for a strike.
Nice fastball there by Niall. The outside part of the plate. Very tough pitch to hit.
Ball right back to Foss. Foss sets and delivers for the first out. 1-3 put out.
Great stab there by Niall. You always kind of hold your breath there when the pitcher's thrown from the mound. And he made a good throw to first base for the first out.
Nate Withers steps in, senior left fielder. 6-6 Roosevelt. Top of the 8th inning. We're in extras here at Roosevelt. Curveball over for a strike. Oh, and 1. Foss ready. Ball low, 1-1. Six Roosevelt, tied with Ames. 1-1 the count, 1 away. Pop foul. Will Tyler ranges over for it. In the sun, able to make the play. That's out number 2. Way to get over to the spot and make the play, Brian.
Yeah, and you know, Niles looking good here. And I think this is Niles' ball game, no matter what. Way to get the first out of the inning.
Now batting for Ames, number 6, Cam, go.
You know, and I think we at the bottom of the order up here, so
Top of the order now, yep.
top of the order.
Mm-hmm.
So
Cameron Gallagher, he's flew out to right in his last at bat, out to Aiden Brown. Curveball misses outside.
you know, Gallad had a couple errors there at the beginning of the game at shortstop, and then came right back and made probably one of the best plays of the game today. So good on him for sticking with it.
Aggressive with the fastball in the dirt, 2-0. Two away. Roosevelt having tied the game in that exciting bottom of the 7th inning. Foss ready. Three now. 2 out. Gallup not getting a whole lot to look at here. Evan Gray in on deck for Ames. There's a strike. 3-1.
See if we can get strike 2 here.
Foss ready. Steps off. Three and one the count, 2 away. Gallett steps back in. Foul. Counts full. Foul off to the right side.
Job by Nile here, digging himself back from 0-3. Now we got full count here. 2 outs.
Roosevelt crowd hooting, hollering. Supporting the Rough Riders here. Fly ball. Center field. Jaden Singleton goes back for it. Makes the play to retire the side.
Nice jump out there in center field, brought down by
Way to get out there, Brian.
Yeah,
3 away. We go to the bottom of the
I'll tell you, you see that ball going out to center field, and if there's any air under it, you pretty much know Jaden's going to make the play. Pretty sure-handed out there.
So we head to the bottom of the 8th. Game recap so far. Ames with 6 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors, and 7 left on base. Roosevelt, 6 runs on 10 hits, 1 error, and 9 left on base. Unofficially, according to my iPad, or Andy Wade's iPad.
You know, the other thing here, Chris, is, you know, we got the top of the order up. And, you know, we had generated a run there to tie the game with the bottom. And, you know, now let's go get them at the top of the order and see if we can put this one away.
That's right. Will Armstrong is going to be leading off with Pendergast on deck. Niall Foss. Sounds like runs to me. Elliot Jurgensen back on the mound for Ames. Elliot had 12 pitches with 8 strikes, relieving Amador, who reached the limit. So here we go. Leading off for Roosevelt, number 1, senior shortstop, Will Armstrong.
number 1, Will Armstrong.
Roosevelt crowd ready to go. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
You know, Will, one of 17 seniors on this Rough Rider baseball team. Yeah, good way to end your senior season here. Comeback victory.
Ball low.
Regular season.
Regular season. Regular season home game. Yep, last one of those for the Riders. They'll be back in action here next Friday against Lincoln. Initial sub-state game. 2-1. Working the count. Nobody out here. Armstrong leading off for Roosevelt in the bottom of the 8th. Extras here at Ryder Stadium. Chopper towards third. That ball's off the mid of the first baseman. He must have slipped and fell. Armstrong's going to be at second base safely for Pendergast.
You know, I'm not sure what happened there. It was a ground ball to third base, so we're all looking at third base, and he threw it, and by the time I looked over at first base, the first baseman was on his knees and tried getting up, just couldn't make the play. The ball got behind him, and Will, good hustle play, gets down to second base.
So nobody out. Will Armstrong at second base takes his lead. Alex Pendergast up. Roosevelt just needs 1.
What we do not need here is another base running issue. Will is taking a little bigger lead than I'd like there, but
Builder
time
over there for Ames. Base hit. Oh, God, that's going to go right at him. It's off his glove. Off the right fielder's glove. And that's going to advance Will Armstrong. I kind of got a little ahead of myself there. Looked like it was going to be a base hit that dropped into right field. Hit the right fielder's glove, bounced down. Both runners safe. Runners at the corners now for Roosevelt with nobody out.
You know, I think we had a issue with the sun out there at right field. The ball was, you know, line drive, so it wasn't that high in the air, and it's right into the sun, and just got his glove on it.
Niall Foss, number 3. Senior pitcher for Roosevelt, up to bat with runners at the corners. Pendergast gets over. And Ames, there's a little bit of confusion there on communication. Foss reaches on the bunt.
I'm not sure what was going on there, but the way the coach Miller is walking around at third base, something happened. Maybe it was a squeeze or even a safety squeeze there, but no one was covering first base, so the safety wouldn't have worked. But we still had bases loaded, no one out, and probably the hottest hitter of the game up was Sam Nicolino. Wouldn't it be fitting to see Sam in this game?
Roosevelt, bases loaded, nobody out. Bottom of the 8th inning here in extras. Will Armstrong on second. Alex Pendergast leads off at second. Ball outside, called a strike. A pinch runner in at second, or at first.
Infield is way in here. Just something hard on the ground anywhere.
There's a ball outside.
I'd like to see Will get a little bigger lead, at least secondary on third base.
1-1, nobody out. Holden McFarland is at first. Pinch runner. Nobody holding Armstrong on. 2-1 the count. Nobody out, bases loaded. Sam Nicolino up to bat. Infield in. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Jurgensen gets his sign set to deliver. Nicolino ready for the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Sam did the right thing there. He had 2 strikes. That ball was maybe a little off the plate, but the umpire's been calling that the entire time, so he had to swing at that pitch. He couldn't leave it in the umpire's hand.
Still just 1 out. Bases loaded for Roosevelt. Aiden Brown steps in. Pop up towards second base. Shortstop gets over to make the play for the second out. All of a sudden,
well, really the 2 things Ames needed there was a strikeout and a pop-up with bases loaded. That's the recipe to get out of a jam. Let's see if Jaden Singleton can put one on the grass here and end this ball game.
2 outs here, bases loaded for Roosevelt. Jaden Singleton up to bat. First ball high, 1-0. Jaden looking for a walk-off here with 2 out. Score tied 6-6. Swing and a miss.
Good change up there.
1-1 the count, 2 outs, bases loaded for Roosevelt. Bottom of the 8th inning.
Hey, choke and poke, Jaden, choke and poke.
Singleton steps back in. 2-1, ball outside.
Jaden's got to stay aggressive here, 2-1.
Runners get their leads. Chop foul. Evens the count, 2-2. 2-2 on Jaden. 2 outs, bases loaded for Roosevelt. Crunch time. Here's the pitch. High fly ball, right field. Right fielder's over. Makes the catch. Unbelievable.
Well, that's,
What a game. We're going to go to the top at 9.
we had
6-6. The Raiders.
bases loaded, no one out, couldn't convert. And in the bottom of the 5th, we had bases loaded, 1 out, couldn't convert. So a couple opportunities there for the Riders. Maybe a little swing of momentum from the to the Little Cyclones, but we'll see if Niall can swing it back our way here.
Jurgensen, the junior pitcher, really worked out of a jam there. We're going to see Niall Foss back on the mound for Roosevelt. Take a second to mention, for those of you still with us here, as we go to the 9th, as the sun starts to set, I want to thank the Des Moines Oak Leafs Hockey Club for the use of their broadcast equipment to bring you these games on YouTube. Also, a big thanks to Paris Law Firm and Brick Gentry. Ace Hardware on University. True Value on 63rd and Grand. Price Chopper on Ingersoll. ADIO Chiropractic. Isociarettes Drill and Drum Corps. Paragon IT Professionals. UBS. CERN Calcium Company. Larry's Window Service. Betcher Landscapes. Engel and Meharry PLC. Raccoon River Little League. Des Moines Orthopedic Surgeons. Ryan Companies. And Structured Supply Minnesota Cabinets. Thanks to all of you for helping bring Roosevelt baseball to life this season. So we go to the top of the 9th. Ames is going to have their number 2 hitter, Evan Gray, coming up. Evan with a strikeout, fielder's choice, and a couple walks. So he's had a chance to be on the bases quite a bit today.
Leading off for Ames, number 18, Evan Gray.
Well, glad we started the game at 5:30 and not 6. Probably a smart move.
Foss ready. Shows bunt. Strike called. 0-1 early.
You know, we got that kind of high and outside fastball call there, Chris. That, you know, honestly, he's been consistent. He's called that most of the game.
0-1 the count. Tied at 6 here. Top of the 9th. Evan Gray looks at strike 2. 0-2 now. Good start for Niall Foss. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Great start to this inning. That'll bring up number 3 hitter Ben Schwartz, first baseman.
Now batting for the Little Cyclones, number 27, Ben Schwartz.
Yeah, really no secrets there for Niall. It was fastball, fastball, fastball.
Schwartz is 1 for 3. Kind of hit the ball all over the place today. But able to reach twice, one out on a single, and got hit by a pitch. Base hit up the middle. That'll be a base runner for Ames.
Schwartz promptly takes the first pitch to center field, base hit.
You know, good job by Schwartz there. He saw 3 fastballs, the hitter before, and he was ready for it. Hit it right up the middle, just like you want him to do.
Now
Napolitano
batting number
comes
7,
up.
Mario Napolitano.
1 for 4 tonight. We're in the top of the 9th, second extra inning. Roosevelt and Ames tied 6-6. Strike 1 called. Foss with 45 pitches and 30 strikes, so super efficient. Oh, and 1 the count. Foss ready. Way ahead of it there.
Yeah, I had
Strike
a fool there.
Cleanup hitter Napolitano, 1 for 4 tonight.
I don't think Mario's going to get cheated this time.
Another hit, well hit ball out to right center. Runner's going to stay at second, throw in Patton with it. So good play by Singleton to cut it off on a hard hit ball to right center field. Ames threatening here with runners at first and second.
You know, Niall's still in control here. He's been pitching well. There's a couple nice hits.
Elliott.
Maybe needs to go back to that curveball every once in a while.
Pitcher Elliot Jorgensen back up. 0 for 3 tonight. Looking for a double play here. Good pitch there from Foss, called inside. One 1-0, 1 out. Runners at first and second for Ames. Evens the count. 1-1.
Yeah.
Fastball paints the outside corner.
Ground ball here, and let's see Will and Alex work their magic. The center of the infield.
Ball in the dirt. Nicolino able to get it. 2-1. Runners can't advance. 6-6, tie game. Top of the ninth inning here. Niall Foss on the mound for Roosevelt. Runners on first and second. I don't know where that pitch was. Called the ball. 3-1.
He's been calling that pitch all game and decided not to call it for some reason that time. 3-1. Good pitch by Niall. Yeah, we got the runner at second base is signaling to the batter. I think Sam noticed that. Called timeout and take a visit to the mound. I don't think AP's too happy about it either.
Three and 1 the count. Foss ready. 3-2. Caught the low end of the zone there for strike 2. Back and forth we go with this strike zone. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Great pitch from Niall Foss.
Good job by Niall battling back there. Thought he had a good pitch, didn't get the call, and then got 2 in a row there. 2 outs. Once again, infield here, just 2 outs, and runner on second, knock the ball down at least. Keep the runner on third base.
Berkheimer steps in. Just a bit low there.
That's a good pitch by Niall, just coming across the plate, just a little bit low.
Ball high.
Niall definitely leaving it all out there tonight.
2-0 the count. 2 outs. Runners on first and second for Ames. Roosevelt looking to move to the bottom of the ninth. Foul out of play. Brady Berkheimer Jr., catcher for the Little Cyclones.
Yeah, Kieran with good hustle over there, making sure that ball's out. He was all the way to the fence and made sure that thing was not in play.
Foss looks in. There's a fly ball caught by Kieran. Bailey makes a long trip to get to that one and makes it look easy. So, after 8.5, we're going to go to the bottom of the ninth with a 6-6 tie. Roosevelt will have Kieran Bailey, Jamison Patton, and Jaden Williams coming up. Might have a different batter at the bottom there. Bottom of the 7th kind of got away from me.
It's all right, Chris. It's been a long day.
My third ball game of the day. This one's a little bit more comfortable, not in the glaring sun at Hoover.
Sounds like the freshman team split today at Hoover.
Yep. Yeah, we lost the first one, and Andy Wade, who's helping us tonight as the engineer and provider of the equipment, setup man, extraordinaire. His son Dominic pitched 89 pitches, I think, for 86, and 10 strikeouts. So kind of always fun to see the Roosevelt Hoover games, because you see a lot of the kids that you might have seen on the other side in the different little leagues playing against each other, both Beaverdale Little League and Raccoon Valley. So that's going to bring up Kieran Bailey. Kieran's 1 for 3, walked, grounded out, and had a single. Struck out his last at bat in that bottom of the 7th. Jamison Patton will be waiting on deck for Roosevelt. Looking for more smart baseball here. First ball low.
Well, it'd be nice to see Kieran get on first base any way he can, and if he does, it's generally a double. He could be in scoring position the next pitch.
Another fly ball headed towards left field. Shortstop's over for it. Looks like it's going to be his play. Makes it a little less than routine, but ends up grabbing the ball. A lot of fly-out pop-ups for the Riders here tonight.
Yeah, you know, that they've been up in the zone most of the day, and we just can't make the adjustment, it seems, sometimes. A lot of shallow pop-ups.
Jamison with the sac fly in his last at bat, allowing the tying run to score. There's a hard hit fly ball
That
to
might
center field.
Be trouble.
That's going to hit up against the fence. Jamison's going to be rounding for second. Throw's coming in, and we have a stand-up double. Runner on second for Roosevelt.
Yeah, very nice. Jamison jumped on the first pitch and lined it, short hop the fence in center field. Big hit by the freshman here.
Will Tyler coming up.
Now batting for the Rough Riders, number 13, Will Tyler.
One away for the Riders. Tyler up to bat. We got Will Armstrong back on deck, our leadoff hitter. Patton's with a short lead. Will swings at a high pitch for strike one. Foul ball sends Jamison back to second.
Just a base hit now.
Yeah, Will just a little over aggressive there.
Oh and 1, one away. Jamison Patton on second for Roosevelt. Swing and a miss. Strike two.
You know, ball getting a little harder to pick up here now that the sun is set. We really don't have any sun on the field. It's kind of all ambient light.
0 and 2, one out. Jamison Patton on second. Here comes Jurgensen. Ball outside. Jurgensen set. There's a ground ball towards second. It's going to move Jamison over. And Ames able to make the play to make the second out.
Well, now we set up for a wild pitch potentially, or pass ball, or base hit.
Will Armstrong coming to bat. So Tyler gets Jamison over to third base. 2 out. Will Armstrong steps in. 1 for 4 on the night. Ball one high. 1-0. Armstrong ahead early.
You know, if I'm Ames here, I got to pitch to Will. I don't want to see AP.
High pop fly. Right under the plate. Catcher over for it. Foul ball. Evens the count 1-1. Okay, 1-1 now. 2 outs. Jamison Patton is going to get his lead at third base here. Elliot Jurgensen, the pitcher for Ames, looking for a new ball. Alex Pendergast waiting on deck. 2 away. Roosevelt leadoff hitter Will Armstrong sets in. 2-1 outside. Two won the count, 2 outs. Runner at third for Roosevelt. Looking to get that winning run across. Hard hit foul down the left field line. 2-2 the count. 2 outs.
You know, you got to think that Ames is going to be challenging him here. 2-2.
Roosevelt crowd getting into it.
I want to see this count go 3-2 with AP on deck.
Jurgensen delivers high. Count's full. Jamison Patton still at third. Full count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning. Extras here at Roosevelt. There's a hard hit. Line drive. Roosevelt wins. Walk-off hit for Will Armstrong down the left field line. What a game.
Yeah, very excellent game by both teams. A lot of missed opportunities on both sides, and good to see Will step up to the plate after a great lead. 1 out double by Jamison Patton. Excellent game. Good win by the Riders. Way to end the season. Get a little momentum heading into Sub-State here.
So that'll be the last home game. That'll be the last game we're able to broadcast unless we find out otherwise against the Sub-State. Just want to take a minute to thank everybody for supporting and listening and letting us know how things are going. Great game played by both sides, and we congratulate Roosevelt on a great win. Signing off here from Roosevelt, Chris Williams, Brian Michael, and Andy Wade, thank you very much.